All right, man. Wait for y'all to get up in here. We are back. We are back. Just covered that Charles Martin Gregory Corbin fight, and Charles Martin got the victory. Charles Martin got the victory. Corbin was disqualified for repeated low blows. All right. Chris Arreola, JP Augustine is up next. Right now, just doing some talking. Ray Mancini, Sean Porter. Sean Porter's killing me with this green ass suit he got on. He is killing me with this green suit he got on, man. So waiting for this Chris Arreola, JP Augustine fight to start, man. All right, we gonna get to it and break it down. We're gonna get to it. We're gonna break it down. Two people in the building right now, man. Y'all hit that thumbs up button. Wait till some more people file up in here. Big Boys Boxing, Kiwi Box was good, man. He says, damn, what happened to Corbin? Wouldn't throw. Yeah, man, looked like he was waiting. Looked like he was waiting for a right hand. That's just from his body posture and like his cadence, the way he was. It looked like he was waiting to land a right hand. Then he started to get a little bit desperate with the right hand, and he started aiming it at the body, and a lot of them shots were low blows. But yeah, it looked like he was waiting, man. He did a lot of waiting. I didn't know Benavidez and Jalen Love got into it like this. Benavidez Love, huh? They talking spicy to each other. Okay. I did not know they got into it yesterday. Big Boys, Kiwi says, credit to Martin, though. Shut him down. Yeah, I had him winning pretty much. I had him winning rounds one, two, three, five, six, and seven. Um, I gave Corbin round four, but then he had a point taken away, so it was an even round. 10, 9-9. So he was far behind me. He was going to need a knockout, man. Johnny Payne was good, man. He says, I heard he was up on cards. Who was up on cards? Martin, right? Charles Martin? Well, my picks tonight, Levi Khan, my picks tonight, man, I'm not going to lie to you. My picks tonight was Corbin and Arreola. So we'll see. I think Arreola may have a Seth Mitchell moment, man, where he, uh, kind of replenishes his career, restart his career with a knockout victory over a guy. Now, again, Augustine is not being hyped up the way Seth Mitchell was. All right, so I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying fighting a guy, nice record, looking to climb their way up the ranks and get some names on their resume. He's undefeated. He hasn't fought in 15 months, Augustine. You know what I mean? Southpaw, not the best on the back foot, but he likes to, again, against the level of opposition he was fighting against, he liked to move around, use his jab, try to look for the left hand. Doesn't really seem that much to want anything to do with an inside fight, so I think Arreola should take advantage of that. Like I said, though, it's going to be a Seth Mitchell type situation, man. Maybe he can restart his, little run. You know what I mean? We'll see. I wouldn't mind seeing if Arreola were to win this fight. Wouldn't mind to see him fight Charles Martin. Um, Let me see here. Big Boys Boxing says I don't think Augustine will handle Arreola's pressure. We will see, especially if Arreola brings that pressure. If he comes out there trying to probe with his jab and circle and box and all that type of shit, man. Because he did that in spots with Kaufman. I think Kaufman is way more experienced than Augustine, the better fighter. You know what I mean? At least from what I've seen from Augustine, and then what I know of Kaufman, especially around that time, the better fighter was Kaufman. But yeah, sometimes Chris, he'll try to box with you a little bit, man. He gets into a continuity sometime where he'll try to box with you a little bit. He won't just be all out aggressive all the time, but sometimes he'll wait a little bit. Let me see. Let me see here. Mikey Garcia is in the building. Let me see here. Johnny Payne says, he said, I heard Corbin was, but didn't see anything. Oh, you mean up on the scorecards? Wow. Levi Khan says, I mean, Augustine isn't as bad as Corbin, but he's not good enough to beat Arreola, in my opinion. Johnny Payne says, I'm going with Augustine just for simple fact. He from Hot State, Rhode Island. Yeah, I seen him out there. Then he trains like in Boston or something, don't he? Somewhere out there in Massachusetts. JMJ 2121. What it do, man? Waiting for these people to file back up in here, man. They had a nice little crowd watching that the Martin Corbin fight. Levi Khan says, yeah, he trained in Boston. Augustine. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought I heard. Big Boys Boxing says Corbin landed 26 punches the whole fight. Whoever had him up on the scorecards is mad. Yeah, he like I said, he was just getting outworked. You know, it wasn't like Martin was just beating him from pillar to post. He was just outworking him. You know what I mean? When Corbin was there posturing and probing, Martin was at least trying to land his triple and double jabs and looking for a home for the left hand and trying to get some work in spots where Corbin wasn't doing anything, but just saying it didn't hurt and kind of it seemed as if waiting for one big shot. But then when he got aggressive and turned it up, then it looked like it was going to turn into a dust up. You know what I mean? Like okay, and then he kind of went back to waiting. Man, Sean Porter is killing me with this green suit he got on. Man. Like I understand St. Patrick Day, but this green suit is killing me, man. Levi Khan says Arreola should fight Molina next. That'd be a rematch, Levi. So you want to see him in a rematch? Because even though Arreola knocked him out in that first round, though, man, Molina shook him. You know what I mean? He buzzed Arreola in that first round. That was actually a little entertaining first round fight. A fight I think that do well like on the undercard, maybe a co-main, depending on the type of card, and you have in a Southern Cali. If Areola's to look impressive in this fight, Arreola versus Andy Ruiz Jr. I've always talked about wanting to see that fight for years, but I think that'd do good in Southern Cali. Oh, my man AJ just texted me. He said, let me see what he said. He says, damn, Corbin must have been frustrated with all them low blows. Yeah, it didn't look like some of them low blows, man. Like, his arm was getting pushed, got knocked off balance a few times, but some of them didn't look low to me, though. That's the thing. Like, some of them didn't look low. Some of them were low, what I mean, very low, but then there was a few that, again, maybe I need to see the replay, man. I'm watching it live here, so, I'm missing the replays, too. But from first live view of it, it didn't look low to me. A few of them punches, they were called low. Johnny Payne says, I used to train about 10 years ago with my boy Toka Khan Clary and Demetrius Andrade in Peter Manfredo's gym in my home city, Pawtucket. Okay. Manfredo's. Lennox Lewis, man, it's good to see Lennox Lewis doing more commentary, man. I remember Lennox Lewis back in his HBO days. I remember him doing the Moscow Rockman fight. I remember his call. Rockman is knocked out. It almost seemed like Lennox got a little chuckle out of watching Rockman get knocked out by Moscow, man. Levi Khan says Areola verse. Okay, really next. Anthony Willis says, yeah, Areola versus Martin would be an interesting one. Yeah, I think it'd be a good one. Levi Khan says Areola versus Tom Schwartz. We need it. Or next, we need it. You know, man, Tom Schwartz gonna have to fight somebody with a name. I mean, damn, somebody, man. He needs to step up, man. He has a very high ranking by the WBO. You know, it's one thing when we talk about these other fighters like let's say Jarrell Miller, for example, right? Perfect example. He ain't beat nobody, fought all bums, right? That's what a lot of people would say. But it's just like, ooh, but shit, man. At least he has fought a old Tomas Adamek and a Johan Duapa and a Marius Wach and a undefeated at the time Bogdan didn't. At least he has fought those guys. Because some of these guys that have high rankings have literally, I mean literally, even for me to say that they have fought nobody. And I pretty much know a lot of the journeymen and fringe contenders and, you know, bottom of the. All right, we're back. And some of these guys haven't even fought that level yet, man. So it's like, how are you rated number 4, number 3 by a sanctioning body, and you ain't even got like a former title contender or a fringe contender or anybody? It's like, damn, man. Let me see here. I see somebody brought up Jermaine Franklin. Let me get to that in a minute. Let me see what y'all talking about up here. Let me see here. Let me see. Somebody asked me, do I think Corbin will lose his pay because he was DQ'd? I'm not sure, man. I mean, I hope he don't, man. You know what I mean? I hope he don't lose his pay. I mean, to me, a lot of them low blows didn't look like, okay, like blatant. You know what I mean? They didn't look blatant to me. Did it look blatant to y'all? Am I tripping? All right, let me turn this down, man. Fuck around, get a copyright. Arreola and Augustine is in the ring. Lennon's doing the introductions. JMJ2121 says, Mr. Box today, March Madness, NBA push for the playoffs and big fights. Yes, sir. Hey, man, I think 2 or 3 years ago I was breaking down the NCAA. I'm hyped, man. I'm always hyped for March Madness, man. So a lot of you boxing heads probably gonna get pissed off. Like, man, why you doing basketball videos? But basketball's my first love, man. Got me a free education. You know what I mean? Let me see here. Johnny Payne says Andrew Ruiz should walk through Dimitrenko. Yeah, just gotta be, you know, aware of a right hand. You know what I mean? Because Dimitrenko's still a big boy, man. You don't want to just walk right into getting punched with the right hand. You know what I mean? I thought Adrian Granat was going to walk through him too, bro. I thought Adrian Granat was going to walk right through Dimitrenko and went in there and got sparked. You know what I mean? But Andrew Ruiz is a different beast than Adrian Granat, obviously. But I expect Ruiz to chop him down, chop him to his body. Dimitrenko does not like it to the body at all. I know people say Parker was hitting him. He's hitting him when he was down, but man, he didn't want no more to the body. He didn't want none of that. And when he gets close, he wants to hold. It almost like he falls apart. Like Dimitrenko like falls apart when he's in close. He'll get the falling and One knee had touched the canvas. He just act. He's a weird fighter when he gets in close, man. He's like he just falls apart completely. And I think Andrew Ruiz is one of the guys that I'll put in the category be the wrong guy to fall apart against in close. All right, round one, y'all. Arreola has a mean look on his face. We're gonna see what that's about. He looks ready to go. Pretty good shape for Arreola, 239. It's pretty good for Arreola. You know, Augustine's on the back foot. He went right into the clinch like I knew he would on the inside. Arreola gonna have to fight out of that. Augustine pretty much gonna hold him like a vice grip every time they get close. Augustine southpaw, using his jab. He's circling. Ooh, nice left hand by Augustine. Arreola laughed. That means that it caught him, but he's still stalking. Augustine's letting punches go and he's moving. He's circling to his left, which is towards Chris Arreola's right hand, but he's tagging him and he's getting off first against Arreola. Right when they get stopped and they plant, and Arreola's trying to get off, Augustine beats him to the punch and he circles away. Arreola looks like he's getting frustrated. Another left hand by Augustine. Arreola's holding up the high guard, but Augustine's getting punches through his guard. Arreola like he's just waiting to unleash, man. Oh, good. Was that left hand by Augustine? Arreola got knocked off balance a little bit. Another right hand down the middle for Augustine. Arreola, now what I'm saying is Arreola has the high guard up, but he's just, Augustine's getting off and then he's circling away. Can he keep this up? Wow, he scrambled and Arreola's laughing right now, but Augustine like he was scrambling to find him to clinch as fast as he could when they got close. Damn near how Dimitrenko is when he gets in close. It's like they have like a sense of urgency, which is good, but it's like they almost like they're scrambling, like, oh, where's his arm at so I can hold it? Like they do not want to fight on inside. I think Arreola is going. Arreola's talking shit. He's walking down. He threw a nice little jab that knocked Augustine's head back. Augustine's using his back foot. He got Arreola in the headlock. Arreola just needs to just throw his hands out of it. I know it's probably easier said than done, but when he gets in close, just let your hands go, man. I know he's grabbing you, but just you outweigh the guy. Just let your hands go, man. Augustine's leaving his chin up in the air though. Arreola, Augustine's down. He threw him down. Arreola threw him down. I don't know. Augustine looks kind of shaky, man. He's looking kind of shaky. He's winning the round because he's being more active and he's landing. He's getting his stuff off. Oh, he kind of backed Arreola with a left hand. Maybe I think that because when he gets inside, he just wants to clinch so quickly. He needs to get out that corner, though. All right, he got out the corner. Arreola's walking him down. Another left hand by Augustine. Yo, that was one of the rounds where Augustine won the round, but it still looked shaky, and Arreola just seems like he's warming up and he's getting aggressive, but he is taking some flush shots though, man. So Arreola still has that going about himself. He's still getting hit with some good shots, but he's taking them and he's laughing. But I think once Arreola really starts to sit down and connect flush, we really gonna see what Augustine is all about. Because even just some of the grazing shots looked like it was kind of knocking him off balance, but I think a lot of that was due to him being so anxious to want to hold on the inside. He was all off balance and just looked like he was scrambling. Johnny Payne, appreciate that super chat, man. He says support the channel, like and subscribe. Salute. Yes, sir. I gave that first to Augustine, but it was shaky. And Arreola wasn't doing enough. Just because you got the high guard up and you shake your head no and it don't hurt. I mean, come on. We know that you don't get points off that. But it does look like going later into this fight, how are things going to play out. All right, round two. Augustine comes out with the double jabs again. Left hand down the middle, like didn't really hit nothing. Arreola still being patient. Pumping his jab. He got Augustine against the ropes. Now they're clinching. Arreola needs to work his hands. Don't wait for the ref. Okay, look like he was trying to turn out and work, but don't wait for the ref. Work. Why don't these dudes want? Ooh, good left hand by Augustine. Uppercut by Augustine with a miss. Arreola comes back with a right hand. Augustine hits the mat again. Again, it's like when they get close, it's like a Dimitrenko type thing, man. Like he hit the mat. They got close, he fell down. Augustine is winging his straight left hand, man. It's like he's trying to time Arreola. He's like letting Arreola just walk into it. Good jab by Augustine. Good uppercut by Augustine. He's getting his work off, man. He's showing him to have quicker hands than Chris. Chris looks like he's waiting for the perfect opportunity. Another good left ball. He's laying it flush on his face, man. Arreola's pumping out a jab. Now they're in close. He worked one good shot. Augustine's doing a good job of tying up his arms, though, man. Augustine, let's see how, can he keep this up? Arreola's banging at the body while they're clinching. He's banging that right hand to the body through an uppercut on the inside miss. He had Augustine against the ropes. Augustine pushed him off, tried to throw a combo and miss. Arreola's walking him down with the high guard. Augustine with the jab. He's backing up. Best off the ropes. Chris needs to attack now. He needs to attack now. Oh, he got caught coming in with a straight left and a right hook. They're clinching. Chris is working with his right hand. That's what he needs to do. Now he worked left hook to the body, left hook upstairs. Augustine's going back. Can he keep this up? He tried to do a little pull counter with the left hand. He missed. Augustine got his hands down mighty low. Got his mouth open a little bit. He's landing shots, but they're just bouncing off Chris right now, man. They're just bouncing off Chris. Chris digging to the body. Augustine mouth is open. He threw the jab. Another left hand got through for Augustine. Arreola's taking it. Left by Arreola. Then a right hand by Arreola. Another right hand by Arreola. Augustine's still getting off, man. I'm gonna give that one to Augustine. What y'all think? Y'all gave it to Chris. Y'all think he was aggressive enough in that one? What y'all think about that one, man? Who y'all get that one to? Levi Khan says 2-0 Augustine. Johnny Payne said he agrees. Baby Ting says a lot of holding heavyweight matches, if not top 10. It's ugly to watch. Man, these dudes need to work on the inside a little bit more, man. It's like these dudes, a lot of these dudes, when they get on that inside, man, they're in the twilight zone, yo. Like they're like scrambling to hold. Remember when Vladimir's a great fighter, but you guys know how Vladimir was on the inside now. Come on now. You know what I mean? But remember how Vladimir would be all like frazzled on the inside and shit, like discombobulated when he would get on the inside sometimes? Okay, the commentary said they gave it to Augustine as well. I gave it to Augustine, both rounds, and I seen a couple of you guys had them too. So consensus is Augustine is winning. Oh, good right hand by Arreola. Augustine's hurt. He hit the camp. I thought that was a knockdown. Good right hand by Arreola. Again, like I was saying, can Augustine keep this up? He's fighting back. Looked like Augustine's knee hit the ground when he got hit with that right. He's moving around. He's on his bicycle. Arreola's walking him down with the jab. Right hand by Arreola. Augustine's trying to hold, and while he's trying to hold, he got caught with 2 punches. He's looking to hold, and Arreola's looking to throw his hands. Good lead by Arreola. He got him against the ropes. All right, now Arreola's doing him there. Okay, now his dude's falling off. Looks like Augustine's going to fall through the ropes. Arreola had his glove under his neck, pushing him, and Augustine was way over the ropes, like he's going to flip over. He just, I don't know, sometimes like he's too willing to just go to the mat sometimes. I don't know. Guys do that shit sometimes, man, where they might get bumped or pushed, and it's like they're too willing to go to the mat. Good left hand by Augustine. His mouth is wide open. Good jab by Arreola. Ooh. knocked him down. Arreola put a barrage of punches on him, got him down with the left hand. The right hand started it, and it looked like Augustine is tired. 6, 7, 8. He's up at 8. He's wobbling. Ref told him to come forward. Told him to go to the left. Don't stop the fight. Come on. Fuck, I'm doing a cha-cha slide to the left, to the right, to the. He said, "Go left, go right, come back to me, go back, come back." Like the fuck is the cha-cha slide? Arreola's walking down with the jab. Augustine's fighting back. Arreola right hand. Augustine gets the ropes. He threw a left. He missed. Arreola got him in the corner. You better get out that corner, youngster. Right hand by Arreola. Left hook by Arreola. Right hand by Arreola. Double jab by Arreola. Ref stopped it. Another Seth Mitchell moment for Chris Arreola. They hug and embrace. I don't think he should have stopped it right there, but this ref looked like he was looking for a reason to stop it, though, man. When he made the dude do the damn cha-cha slide to see if he was all right, when he made him do the fucking electric slide, you know what I mean, to see if he was all right, looked like he was trying to look for a reason to stop it. Chris did what he had to do. Johnny Payne says 2 O's going. Yep. So I'm 1 for 2 on my prediction with the heavyweight bouts, man. I picked Corbin and Arreola. So that's 2 wins for Chris since his fight since the Deontay Wilder. Yeah, it was a left. He threw like a jab. Yeah, that was a jab that caught Augustine. Did he hit the? Oh no, youngster stayed up. That initial jab where I thought he went down, it buzzed the hell out of him. Chris put everything into that jab. He almost used it as a power punch right there. But no, the youngster stayed up. It was close to going down. Then when Chris had him in the ropes for the barrage that stopped him, as soon as Augustine got hit, his arms started flailing around because he got clipped and he was hurt, and because he was looking to grab. He was trying to find something to grab onto. Throw punches, youngster. Don't look for shit to grab onto. Look, I get it. When you're hurt, they teach you to grab. But there's a lot of times he wasn't even hurt. But to me, when you get into the continuity of when you're close, you always grab. You're always just looking to grab, whether you're hurt or not hurt. And his arms were flailing around because he was looking for something to hold on to. So that's Arreola's second win since his the defeat to Wilder. Came in shape at 239. Third round KO, Chris Arreola, but he beat Lorenzo Smith. I missed that fight when I went to Staples Center to the Wilder Fury fight. I missed that fight. I showed up late. Missed it, came the fight after it was done. But I got to see this. And what did this prove? It proved to me that if you have your jaw right there and Chris Arreola can land something heavy, he can probably make your legs do a dance. You know what I mean? But it also showed me that he is still hittable. He's still right there to get hit. He's not running away from a war. And if he goes against some of the guys that are heavier punchers, you know. But Augustine was, you know, he was landing his shots, man. Just when he gets in close, man, I just think anybody to put pressure on him, somebody that can take his shots and still stay in front of him like Arreola was doing and put pressure on him, I think he's going to have a tough time with guys like that, man. Teddy B says, Arreola versus Konowski. Sign me up. Sign me up. That's going to be a bloodbath. But hey, man, we still got some old school bangers hanging around, man. Chris Arreola and Derek Chisora and guys like that. You know what I mean? Carlos Taco. We still got some old veterans in there with a little few, you know, gray hairs and a chinny chin. So, you know what I mean? I mean, do I think they're better than the Wilders and Joshua? I mean, no. You know what I mean? But you can still have these guys around, man. You know, there's still guys coming up. They may have to fight a guy like Chris Arreola and Derek Chisora and guys like that, man. You know, the Philippe Herkelvigs and Daniel Dubois and the Nathan Gormans of the world, and Ivan Deichkos and Jermaine Franklin's, and yeah, somebody's mentioned Jermaine Franklin. I know he's fighting Rydell Booker. Yes, that Rydell Booker that fought James Toney about shit 16 years ago on the best damn sports show on Fox. Y'all remember that? But yeah, man, that's gonna be a. I'm gonna go with Jermaine Franklin in that one, man. But I know Rydell Booker since he's been out of prison. I know he did a long stint in prison. Uh, he got convicted for it, but cocaine, a kilo of cocaine that he was gonna, I believe, distribute. But anyways, he did his time. He's out. I believe he fought Jamal Woods. Was one of the guys he fought. Yes, you know what I mean. Jamal Woods fights everybody, but and I believe he fought somebody else. So he has been active since he's been out, but he was out the ring for like 14 years, man. Something like that, something around there. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. But you got, a lot of guys out there for Chris Arreola to probably fight, man. Sergey Kuzmin. I mean, the list goes on and on with the journeyman. Junior Fa. We can keep throwing them out all day. Oh, hey, man, I wouldn't mind seeing Michael Hunter Jr. fight Ariel. I think just for entertainment value, I think that'd be a good one, man. Somebody said y'all noticed they didn't cut the gloves off Areola, right? I wasn't even paying attention, man. Somebody says they believe that Tony Yoko's the next big thing. I like F.A. Jackman too. Um, a lot of good prospects out there, man. Somebody says that they think Ajagba beats Areola. Man, I want to see a Jagba chin tested. Not meaning stand there and just, hey, hit me in the chin, but somebody's going to, when he's throwing his bombs, somebody's going to bomb him back, make him take a step back, make him, where his back touches the ropes and he has to put the high guard up and clear his head. And, you know what I mean? I like to see fighters in those situations just to see how they react. You know what I mean? Are they the type that as soon as they get touched one good time on the jaw, they fall apart? They looking to hold on every time. If their jaw gets tapped really good, do they just fall asleep? If their jaw gets tapped really good, do they bite down on that mouthpiece and say, all right, motherfucker, I'm about to knock you out now. Okay, let's get to work. Or let's go to war. I like to just see how that type of shit plays out, man. Because when you see guys just fighting downhill and destroying everybody and not taking no punishment, not even getting punched back, and just hit people with right hands and they just, falling asleep and leaving everybody in the ring in a prone or supine state, you know what I mean, where they're either face up or face down on the canvas. That's cool. It looks great. Good highlights. You're the destroyer. That's cool. But we all know that's not realistic. You know what I mean? So I like to see guys test this sooner or later just to see. And hey, if you prevail, if you get up off the canvas, get up off your ass, or you was losing the first 5, 6 rounds of a fight or whatever, we see how you respond. You know what I mean? But what happens when you get punched in the mouth? I like to see those types of things, you know what I mean? Teddy B says, man, Memories, the best damn sports show. I exactly remember that fight. I was young, a young one. My first boxing memories. Okay, whoever said that they didn't cut Chris Ariola's gloves, yeah, he got his gloves. He's walking back to the locker room, and he still has gloves on. Yeah, they talking about some, does Arreola get another title shot? I was like, not off that. I mean, come on, man. Like, not off that he's not getting another title shot. But this is a good start. He fought Lorenzo Smith, veteran guy. And then he just beat this guy, but nah, man, you got to do more than that. You got to be in a title eliminator or something, man. If he works his way up through the ranks, if he can get a rating, we know the WBC has always been nice to Chris Arreola, but if he can get a rating, and he works his way up to a title eliminator, then shit, you what? You know what I mean? You wouldn't have a choice but to give him a title shot. Ivan Lewis says Arreola broke his hand in the Adamek fight in 2010. Man, I couldn't believe he lost to Adamek, man. Regardless, that was one of them fights where I thought Chris had that one in the bag, man. And Adamek was just boxing circle squares and triangles, man. He was just being more active, landing shots, moving, frustrating Chris. Chris putting up the high guard, getting touched, that type of thing. Uh, Big Boys Boxing, Kiwi, he says Kuzman couldn't kill Deweko. I hate that he's a I hate that he's a killer, BS, meaning when guys call people killers. Uh, for people to think that, well, I don't know, but I didn't think he was going to kill Deweko. Dweko's a tough guy, man. I know Charles Martin was able to do it, but there's a lot of other guys that couldn't do it. You know what I mean? They couldn't steamroll Joey Deweko. Dweko's a tough little fighter, man. Tough little fighter. He got that like odd shaped body where he's a short but he's wide type of heavyweight. But when you look at guys like that, you think inside fighter, inside fighter. To me, he's actually at his best when he can pop shot you from the outside a little bit and make you miss and give you the left shoulder and roll and you know what I mean? Because Joy was actually a very good amateur back in the day. You know what I mean? He actually beat when he participated in the was it the 2008 youth. What the hell is this? Oh, the 2008 youth amateur championships in the gold medal round. 2008, he actually beat the guy who is Richard Larte's lone loss as a pro. What is that dude's name, man? Ergon Merson. He actually beat him. But regardless of that, though, Dweko won a lot of little tournaments, man, back in the day. I think he won like 14 different national tournaments as an amateur here in the States. And he won some international tournaments as well. Now, there's another cat that Dweko fought to a draw, I believe. What's the cat, man? He was Olympian. He just fought Tyrone Spong, Yatoli Pereira. That dude's pretty good too, man. Not the biggest dude, but a good little fighter, man. Good counter puncher, can bang with you a little bit. Got a little slippery defense. There's a lot of little dudes, man, that people wouldn't think much of, but you put your prospect in there with some of these guys, man. Fuck around, get a loss on their record. That's how Alexander Teslenko looked against Avery Gibson, man. He was breathing hard as hell. I mean, he got the victory, but it wasn't easy. All right, man, we get to y'all comments, man. Benjamin Berger says, Arreola was my favorite heavyweight years ago, but he was not good enough for the world title. I like his style. Yeah, man, Chris just came up a little bit short, man. Came up a little bit short. Sometimes it takes guys their third try to win a title. Shit, what was it? Jerry Coetzee. It took him his third time until he who did he beat for his title? Was it Michael Dokes? You know what I mean? Sometimes it takes dude two or three, or three tries sometimes, but Chris couldn't get it done. Let me see. Who is this? Arslan. Arslan. I'm gonna check you out, Arslan Mahmudov. I'm gonna check you out. You say Tsenko got a UD over Gibson? Yep, he did. Yep, that fight was on ESPN Plus, but he struggled in that fight though, man. Why don't I say struggle? Because it wasn't like it was close, but I think I gave Avery one round, and then he was just highly competitive in the other rounds. He made him work. He gave him good work. It wasn't just just a coming out party on ESPN, blow him out the water type of thing. He made him work. You know what I mean? He made him, you know, take his second breath and regroup and, you know, uh, use his jab and things like that. He made him work. He didn't blow him out. Big Boys Boxing says, hit me a heel in a couple of days. Yeah, I seen that with Julius Long. Man, I was watching the, I was on Glad Rap's channel. Shout out to Glad Rap. But I was watching they were like in some little venue, maybe a mall or something, doing a little, you know, a little open workout. And man, Julius Long looks slow as hell, man. I know he's a big dude, you know what I mean? But damn, man, it looked like he was just like going in slow motion, man. But he's a big, durable dude, knows how to survive, veteran, been in there with who's who. Um, if he can hold and clinch enough, maybe just his overall size and girth can just get him to decision against a guy like a heel who's a shorter guy, smaller heavyweight who even gets smaller and shorter in the ring because of his style. He wants to crouch, come up with the left hooks. You know what I mean? You know they grew up on David Tua, you know what I mean? But come up with the left hooks and work you like that. Or maybe he can chop him down, man. But I will be comfortable going with the heel by decision. I think he's going to outwork Julius. Julius going to make him work for it. He's going to stick his tongue out and box him from the outside and switching these awkward positions. And you know how Julius Long likes to fight. Somebody mentioned Philippe Herkovic. I like Herkovic, man. I wouldn't mind seeing Herkovic fight Petar Malas, the other Croatian guy. You know what I mean? I actually read an article with Petar Malas saying that one day that they're going to fight. So hopefully we get that fight. You know, I like to see guys have domestic showdowns before they go and try to, conquer the world. Let's conquer where you stay at first. You know what I mean? I like those type of fights. Like when Dillian White fought Joshua, I thought that was a great fight. I wanted to see Wilder and Jennings so bad. When that fight was, look, okay, let's just rewind real quick. And I remember doing a video about this on my old channel, man, like 2013 or 2012, something like that. But I wanted to see, and this one they were both undefeated when Jennings and Wilder, man, were coming up. I wanted to see that so bad, man. But if you guys remember when Vitaly Klitschko vacated the strap, uh, that's when they made the well, Arreola was fighting Stavern anyways, but then they made it again for the title, and then the winner of that fight was going to take on the winner between the winner out of Stavern and Arreola for the title was going to take on the mandatory, which was going to be either Deontay Wilder or Malik Scott. Wilder beats Malik Scott, he earns the mandatory, right? Okay, so now, and I know Wilder had a fight with Gavin before that, but he had his mandatory prior to the Gavin fight. That was like a stay busy type of thing. All right. But the second mandatory was going to be the winner out of Jennings and Perez. Jennings beat Perez. So after Wilder uh, beat Stavern, Jennings would have been the mandatory. But Jennings already had maneuvered to not even take the winner out of Stavern and Wilder or Jennings or Wilder or Scott, which ended up being Wilder. But we know that Jennings started negotiating in late 2014 with Vladimir Klitschko. And I remember doing videos about that where I was like, you know what? I want to see Jennings take on the winner out of Stavern and Wilder. But at the same time, I can't get mad at this man for going at the best heavyweight that was around then, which was the unified title holder at that point in time, Vladimir Klitschko. So I was kind of like, you know what? I can't blame the guy for wanting to go after the best. You know what I mean? Because Klitschko was the best at that time, in my opinion. Um, and he had 3 of the straps. You know what I mean? And he had a long ass title reign. So going on 10 years or some shit. So I definitely wanted to see him pursue that. But I really wanted to see him fight Wilder, though, man. When it had that, that steam behind it. Because for a while, man, people were rating Jennings higher than Deontay Wilder. Even on a few telecasts I was watching, I remember when Jennings fought Andre Fedosov, and BJ Flores and the commentary crew was saying that Jennings was the best U.S. heavyweight. Damn, I wanted to see that fight, man. Jennings versus Wilder back in like 2014, around that time. But it is what it is. I think I read one of these comments wrong. He told me Hunter got a UD against Gibson. You said tonight I knocked out Gibson in the first round. Oh, okay, I'm gonna check this out, man. I'm gonna check it out. All right, let me see here. Baby Ting says, imagine Arreola getting a title shot before White. Shit, he better have beat somebody of significance. But nah, I mean that would be funny as hell. That'd be crazy, man. That'd be crazy as hell. All right, let me see here. Okay, I'm gonna check this dude out, man. If you're, I hope you're not trolling, man. I hope you're a real fighter. I probably just haven't heard, and I've heard a lot of prospects, man. I haven't heard of every single prospect, but I know I've done about 90 prospect videos. But I'm gonna definitely check you out. Let me write down the name, man. Let me see. So I'm gonna definitely check you out. Let's see here. All right, I'm definitely check you out. Let me see. Ivan Lewis says, "Is Vlad returning to ring for real or just gossip?" To me, right now, it's just gossip, man. I haven't. I mean, I've heard the rumor and people saying he might go to the zone and all this other type of stuff. But if he does come back, great. You know what I mean? Throw him in the mix. Johnny Payne says Canada's giving us these domestic fights. Yeah, Carmen versus King was a good fight. Um, Carmen got him out of there. You know what I mean? But then Carmen just got blown up by what's my man's name? Evgeny Romanov, the dude that stopped Wilder in the amateurs. You know what I mean? He blew him out the water. I did not think he was gonna take care of Carmen that easy, man. Damn, he took care of him quick. But yeah, and up there in Canada, you know what I mean? I wouldn't mind seeing Mladen Malas fight again. Him and Carmen had a nice little fight. They got that double knockdown. Y'all see that? Mladen Malas and Dylan Carmen with the double left hook knockdown. Hit each other with both hit each other with left hooks at the same time, knocked each other down. All right, let me see here. Levi Khan says Brazil announcement coming on Tuesday, according to Hearn. You know what, man? He is the mandatory challenger, or whatever. You know, get this dude out the way with, man. You know, let him get his shot. But you know what I was thinking about? And I was thinking about doing a video about this. Somebody's going to get upset. I don't know if it's going to be Wilder. I don't know if it's going to be AJ. I don't know if it's going to be Fury. I don't know. But these eras don't go by, man, without somebody being upset. It's just the history of the division, the history of the sport, especially the division, but it's just the history of it all, man. Somebody's gonna get upset. It may be all three of them. It may, I mean, somebody's gonna get upset, man. I don't think nobody's gonna just go unscathed. It might not. Oh, Manny Pacquiao's in the building with his wife Jinky and a whole bunch of people behind him. All right. Yeah, Pacquiao fought in Dallas Stadium. He fought. Was the Margarito fight? Pacquiao and Margarito fought in Dallas Stadium. But but yeah, man, somebody's gonna get upset, man. I was thinking about that. I was like, man, Brazil might mess around and upset Deontay Wilder, man. Jarrell Miller might mess around and upset Anthony Joshua. That's why it's an upset. So somebody may say, no, nah, he's gonna get knocked out. Yeah, that's why they're upsets. You know what I mean? So somebody's gonna get upset, man. I don't know who it is. It's gonna happen, man. It's way too much talent, and there's way too much upcoming talent for somebody not to get knocked off, man. But we'll see how it yeah, Mike Johnson. Arslan Beck, I'm giving him his props, bro. I just never heard of him, so it's good to hear about a new prospect. And if you got Gibson out of there in one round, that's pretty good. Because like I said, Gibson is somebody that's tough to deal with, especially when you're up and coming prospects. So if you got him out of there in two, shit, props to him. You know, I just haven't seen it yet, bro. I'm just hearing about this right now on the live stream. But I'm definitely check it out. Y'all know how I am with the prospects, man. I'm definitely check it out. Definitely. Hold on for a second, y'all. What? This? No. Yeah, my boys. Okay, so everybody's talking about this knockout over Gibson. All right, I'm gonna check you out, man. I'm gonna definitely check you out. I got your name written down. Everybody's validating it. I'm gonna definitely check you out. Then there's another one that Copen09 sent me. What was the dude's name, man? Did he want me to check out? All right, I'm about to be brutal on this guy's name, man. But Bach, oh man, Bakhirdor Falalov or something. Damn, what was that dude's name? Jolalov? What the fuck was that dude's name, man? Yep, that's who it is. He's from Uzbekistan. Yep, Arslan gave me his name. So I'm gonna check that guy out, and I'm gonna check you out as well, man. Upload some videos, man. Give my opinion on what I think. But you definitely came to the right place, man. I don't know if you just heard about my channel through the grapevine or whatever, but I love covering the prospects. Yeah, but that's who it was. I gotta listen to some videos, listen to the referee announce some, or not the referee, but the announcer, the ring announcer, announce some of these guys' names so I can get the pronunciation down, man. That's the worst thing sometimes for me to cover some of these prospects from all over the world is not butchering these damn names. But damn, getting Gibson out of there in the first round is pretty impressive for a prospect, man. Gibson's tough. Because Alexander Teslenko was breathing hard and everything, man, with his fight. Yeah, man. So Arslan Beck is the man. I got to put you in that category with a lot of other guys that I met through videos, man. So you're another one of those guys, man. So I appreciate you coming to the channel, man. That's how I met Jarrell Miller. That's how I met Greg Corbin. That's how I met Malik Scott, uh, Eric Molina, uh, Jermaine Franklin, all through coming to the videos and interacting with me, man. So I definitely appreciate that. Somebody said France Real versus Arslan Beck. Well, I want to see what you look like, you know. But France Real's a tough guy, you know, tough guy. He was in there with who? Hellenius. He fought Hellenius. Benjamin Berger says Wilder versus Brazil is a great fight to watch. I think because both fighters will not back up. Both love the brawl. Yeah, and you just know what Brazil's going to bring to the table. He's just going to come right to you. You know, you don't have to go looking for Dominic Brazil in the ring. He's going to come with the high guard. He's going to swing for the fences. He's there to be hit. He isn't the fastest guy in the world, but he is a big dude. And you get dudes like that throwing leather and your chin is exposed, anything can happen. Um, I just think he's susceptible to straight right hands or just anything straight right through his guard. And he doesn't have the greatest defense in the world. And he wants to get into a rough and tumble fight, man. So, but I do think that He will try to lean and smother Wilder and try to get inside the reach and make it into a, left hook uppercut type of fight and not a long distance type of fight. Levi Khan says he wants to see Mac Mudov against Donovan Dennis. I don't know, man. Donovan Dennis just got stretched out against Stephen Shaw, man. So I'm not sure. Levi Khan said he believes that Wilder should move down to cruiser, become a two-weight, two-time world champ. I mean, Wilder isn't the biggest heavyweight as far as weight. I mean, the guy's been down what damn near 212, 209, that type of thing. I know he's been up to, 228 and that type of thing, but he's been low as 212. Uh, he in the Olympics, he was a heavyweight in the Olympics, but you guys know in the amateurs, heavyweight is cruiserweight in the Olympics, and then heavyweight for the pros is super heavyweight in the or in the amateurs, the Olympics. But I don't know, man. He's older now. I'm not sure that'd be his best bet. Uh, you get a little bit older. I don't know, but I really don't know, man, because he's not really a big guy as far as weight, though. So maybe he could make cruiserweight. Maybe he could make 199. You know what I mean? I'm not sure, man. But right now, I think there's a lot to do at heavyweight. I'd rather see him be undisputed heavyweight champion than let's just say he did drop down to cruiser, and I don't know if Usyk what I'm hearing Usyk's going to come up to heavyweight, but let's say he fought for the strap or whatever, whether it's Usyk or it's a vacant strap, what have you. I'd rather see him be undisputed than a two-time uh, division title holder. I'd rather see undisputed, man. Now, I guess it'd be interesting if he went out and fought Usyk if Usyk stayed down there because we know Usyk is undisputed. Props to Usyk, man, for accomplishing undisputed. But I'd rather see him try to accomplish undisputed at heavyweight, the Joshua fight. You know what I mean? Joshua got to get past, Jarrell Miller, man. Somebody's going to get upset. I just don't know who. Johnny Payne says, Mac Udall versus Derek Rossi. I ain't seen Derek Rossi in a minute, man. Last time I seen Derek Rossi, he lost to Carlos Negron. And Negron fought, speaking of Dominic Brazil, that's who Brazil, I believe that was Brazil's last fight, was Carlos Negron. Ain't it funny how everything comes back full circle when you bring up one guy and he fought that guy, then that guy fought him, and that it comes back full circle with some of these fringe contender types, man, because they fight everybody. Mac Midol versus Trey Lippe Morrison, that'd be a banger, man. If this, I know Trey can bang. Baby Ting says, who you got, Benavidez or Jalen Love? I'm gonna go with Benavidez. But they were talking spicy to each other, man. So I can't wait to see their fight. Johnny Payne says Mock beats Witherspoon. You talking about Chaz Witherspoon? Well, I'm obviously not talking about Tim Witherspoon. So yeah, Chaz. I haven't seen Chaz in a minute. Mock versus Joey Abel. Hey, Abel got some crack in that left hand. The last undefeated, well, I'm going to say the last, but I know one of the last. I know when John Wesley No Fire, not to compare you to John Wesley No Fire, but I'm just saying he was an undefeated guy, went in there with Abel, and Abel bloodied him up and busted him up. Not to say that would happen to you, but I'm just saying. All right, somebody just brought up John Wesley No Fire. Man, see how everything just come full circle, man, when we talk about these dudes? Count Drago said Shaquem Kong signed with ESPN. You know what, man? And you guys know I don't make a lot of videos about the business and all that type of thing. It's not that I don't have that I don't know anything about the business, but I just think you need to do what's best for you. That's just my advice, man. Now, giving you advice on the business end, do what's best for you. Do what's going to get you the most money to put you in a position to put you and your family in a position to where you don't have to worry about nothing. All right, and you may be able to set your kids up for when they get older and then they have kids. All right, that's talking from the business side. Now from a fan side, Man, I want him to sign with whoever where we get the best fights. And I'm a fan, you know what I mean? So wherever the best fights are, sign there. You know what I mean? Like just wherever the best fights are. Now, signing with ESPN, you'll get Fury, get Dillian White. Those are two good fights. I would love to see him fight those guys. Oscar Rivas seems as if he can fight on ESPN when he pleases. You know what I mean? So good fights. But even if you stay with the PBC, there's good fights there as well. Andrew Reese Jr., who's going to be fighting in April 20th against Dimitrenko's there. Charles Martin, Konowski. You know what I mean? Still some other good fights, man. But did Dillian White, did he take the ESPN or was that just being thrown out there? Because I know I did a video because they were talking about he was close to signing. Ooh, hold on. Ivan Lewis says June 15th, Marius Bridas versus Christoph Glowacki and Dorticos versus Tabiti in the same night in Latvia. Ooh, that's gonna be a good one. So it's in Latvia, so that means that Bridas fighting at home. Oh yeah, I like that one, man. I like that one. Dorticos versus Tabiti. Tabiti got some fast hands. Dortico, the KO doctor. I like them fights, man. Hell yeah. Baby Ting says, "Can you break down Canelo versus Jacobs?" I think I'll do you one better, man. I think I'm gonna break that down on my heavy bag, man. I did a little heavy bag breakdown today uh, about Spence and Mikey Garcia. If you guys are new to the channel, that's not my first heavy bag video I've done. Go to my playlist and just go to. You'll see it on the playlist. Playlist. You'll see me standing in front of a bag. I forgot what I named it. I think it's just heavyweight or heavy bag breakdowns, whatever. But go to that. Levi Khan says Mock versus Sean Turner. Big sexy Sean Turner. That's his nickname. I'm not refer. That's just what his nickname is that he gave himself. All right. But yeah, Sean Turner. Who did Turner? Trying to think. Who did Turner lose to again? I forget. I always wanted to see Sean Turner versus Con Sheehan in the pros. All right. Mike Johnson said in Louisville, Rossi. I was there. He retired. Yep, that fight was in Louisville. That was a part of that Evander Holyfield card. Yep, you're right. When he fought Carlos Negron, so he retired after that. Okay. Yeah, Mark. If you're still here, man, would you? Well, you're a fighter, so I'm sure you'll fight anybody. But you and Kamil Sokolowski. Sokolowski's tough. I love to see you fight him. I know you want the big names, but just as you're coming up, Sokolowski's another tough one. Should you fought Avery Gibson? Yeah, I agree, Levi Khan. I thought Sokolowski beat Brown as well. Mike Johnson says Abel or Joey Abel has a glass chin. Mock KOs him. Ain't that the beauty of the division, man? Guys will, can have kind of weak chins, but they got some explosives in their gloves. Okay, Johnny Payne, my man. He says Gorman and Herkovic is who Turner also lost to. Okay, yeah, I couldn't think top of my head. Baby Ting says your breakdowns on point. I appreciate that, man. Let me see here. Levi Khan says Salinas versus Ogono would be a good fight. Man, when is Iju coming back, man? Damn, I know Iju was trying to get in there with who was Iju trying to fight, y'all? Was it Ali Demirazin? Was it him? was I could have swore like 4 or 5 months or something like that, man. A few months ago, Israel was trying to get it, was set to fight. I believe it was Ali Demirezen, and then the fight never came to fruition. I thought I heard something about Gonu's trainer passing. Don't put that in stone. Don't write that in stone. I thought that was just something I seen on my page. Somebody wrote. But who was supposed? But one of y'all confirm that for me, man. If y'all got your computer up or something. But I thought Israel Gona was trying to fight Ali Demirezen once upon a time, and it never happened. And Demirezen has a actually rated by the WBO. Man, the WB. Look, man. I have a gripe with all the sanctioning bodies, but sometimes the WBO's ratings, man, are just. I just don't get them, man. I just don't get their ratings. Oh, Levi Khan, are you serious? Samuel Peter knocked out a journeyman in Mexico 2 weeks ago, making a comeback. Oh, man. Last time I saw Samuel Peter, he was getting tuned up by Pulev when Pulev dug him up and brung him in as an opponent. I couldn't believe Pulev found Samuel Peter, man. And I was like, damn, this is not the who next? Who next? This is not the who next Samuel Peter who knocked out Jeremy Williams unconscious years ago. The one who fought Klitschko and James Toney. This is not that Samuel Peter no more, man. Them days are long gone. Hey, speaking of Samuel Peter, he had a very, very. I think tonight after I watch these fights, I think I'm gonna go watch this fight again. I ain't watched it in years. I think I'm gonna go watch Samuel Peter versus Jamil McCline. Y'all go watch. If you haven't seen that fight, man, go watch that fight tonight, man. Who next? Yeah, Wilson C. Who next? He was scary then. Yo, that's what I'm saying. Guys always look invincible and like the new destroyer when they're fighting downhill and they're knocking out people and who next and beating their chest and all that. You know what I mean? Guys just but Sam Peter looked scary in those first couple years, man. He looked scary. I know he was a thudding puncher, but he looked scary. I actually remember being on chat boards back then. I used to be on eastsideboxing.com. My username used to be Monster of the Midway, but now they call it what, Boxing 24/7 now. They switched the name. So yeah, Boxing 24/7, eastsideboxing.com, whatever, same thing. But I remember back in like was it '06, around there, '07, '06, probably '06. People we're talking about if Tyson were to come back out of retirement and fight Sam Peter, people like, man, Peter would kill him right now. But I just remember that conversation coming up though, when Samuel Peter was coming up. But hey, more power to Sam, man. I'll never knock a man for how he make his bread, man. So if he wants to fight, this is what he knows. It might not, one thing with boxing, it might not be what you necessarily like or love, but sometimes if it's what you know, guys go back to it, right? Usually guys go back to what they know. Um, but more power to him. Should we just seen Chris Arreola? Hey, Chris Arreola versus Sam Peter. Would y'all want to see that? Chris Arreola, Sam Peter. Mala2243 says, I would have loved to see Ike fight Lennox. Would have been a good fight. Yeah, man. Damn, Ike, man. And Ike came back and then got in trouble. I think he violated his parole or probation, or yes, parole or something. Remember, guys, when that I know I did a video on it, and a few other people did a video on it. But when Ike had came back, I put the picture up of him coming back, what his body looked like. There's a picture of him in some trunks and his gloves. And remember, they were talking about him and Andrew Ruiz fight. Remember that? Remember when it was getting thrown out there? And I was like, ooh, man, for your first comeback fight, you gonna get in there with Andrew Ruiz? I was like, all right, you know what I mean? But that would have been crazy had that played out, man. If y'all don't remember that, or if you kind of don't, you didn't hear about it, type in like Mr. Boxes Today too, or you could just type in Ike Abebuche, uh, Andrew Ruiz Jr. and something to pop up because people were talking about it, including me. Let me scroll back up. I thought I missed something. Somebody's yeah, Ike, man. Ike is a blast from the past. I remember that fight with Tua and the fight with Chris Bird like yesterday. There's another fight where he fought a guy named Greg Pinkram, and it's on here on YouTube. That fight right there. Now, okay, Pinkram is not Evander Holyfield. I understand that, but he was doing some of uh, things that are similar to what Evander likes to do, and he was giving Ike some, he was making Ike work for it. He was giving Ike good work. He was giving us some good work. All right, I'm not gonna say he was beating him, but he was giving us some good work, and he was doing some of the things like Evander liked to do. You know what I mean? So I would have loved to see Evander versus Ike as well, because you know why? I think that fight would have been more entertaining, especially like that '90s version of Evander, than Lennox versus Ike, because Lennox was the type of dude. Lennox would be like, "Look, man, I'm not about to get into a war with David Tua. Damn what you fans want me to do. I know you guys want to see me go into war with him, but no. I'm about to use this jab, fight from the outside, pot shot him with uppercuts if he tries to come in low, and put the vice grip around him in close. I'm not about to get into a war with this cat for y'all." So you couldn't get mad at Lennox because that wouldn't have been his best bet to say, all right, let's just slug it out. Now I'm gonna move, box a little bit, use this jab, man. You know what I mean? Whereas Evander, and I think Lennox probably would have took that approach with Ike. Like, all right, man, dude can crack a little bit. Let me try to use my jab. Although Ike had a pretty nice jab himself, but just let me use my size and my jab and try to, you know, uh, go about it this way. And now if I hurt him, I'll jump on top of him, a la Galata, Michael Grant, uh, Shannon Briggs, that type of thing. You know what I mean? But Lennox will choose to just outbox you, be an outboxer, use his jab. Where Evander would have just fought Ike. I thought whatever type of fight Ike would have brought, I thought Evander would have just brought it right back to him. That would have been a war, man. Ike and Evander around 97, something like that. That should have been a war. It would have possibly resembled the Holyfield Mercer fight to some degree. Yeah, Ike's, or I'm sorry, Count Drago. He says Ike KO over Bird was awesome, tremendous uppercut. Yeah, Bird was out of here. I remember he had like slobber running down his mouth and shit. Like he was just out of. He didn't know where he was. I remember Roy Jones was on a commentary that night for HBO. I remember that like it was yesterday, man. Mala2243 says, how long did Ike do in jail? Man, quite a while, man. A long ass time. Like what, 20? Did he do a 20 piece? Nah, maybe he did like 18 years probably. It was a long time, man. I could have been a 20 piece, but I'm not. When did he fight Bird? 99? 98? It was a long time, man. 15 plus at the, I know it was more than 15. Count Drago says Holyfield versus Foreman still my favorite heavyweight fight. So rewatchable. Yeah, they were teeing off on each other, man. That sequence when Evander landed like, I don't know, it seemed like 100 unanswered punches. You know what I mean? They're showing Radio Raheem right now on this, brushing his teeth. And then Foreman stormed back. You know what I mean? That was a good fight. Holyfield's catching a lot of flack back in them days, though, man, for fighting guys like Foreman and Holmes. He ain't fighting nobody. He's fighting both. You know what, man? That's the funny thing about boxing, man. All the guys who we're going to look at as being the great ones of this era, uh, they're going to get shit on by a whole bunch of fans in real time, and then they'll get appreciated once it's over with. That's just usually how it is. Um, but I remember when Evander was fighting Foreman and Holmes, people were saying he's fighting old ass men. He couldn't knock him out, as if it's easy to knock out George Foreman, as if it's easy to knock out Larry Holmes. Yes, I know Mike Tyson was able to do it, and that was it. You know what I mean? Shavers didn't do it. Everybody else didn't do it. You know what I mean? Uh, but because people wanted him to fight because Mike was locked up, and people wanted him to fight Lennox Lewis and the Riddick Bowes and the Razor Ruddicks of the world and guys like that. So I get it, I get it. But during that time though, oh, he's fighting Larry Holmes, he's fighting George Foreman, he's fighting, it is what it is. Ivan Lewis says, I think Lewis and Tua fight showed not super powerful jab. You agree, Mr. Boxing? Did he hold on? Tua, hold on. I think Lewis and Tua fight showed not super powerful jab. You agree, Mr. Well, I think he did enough, and he was landing some good shots on Tua too, though, man. He was landing some good hooks. He was catching Tua, and Tua was trying to let that left hook go. Lewis was he had his glove up, anticipating it. Um, I thought Lennox did what he had to do in that one, man. I thought he was using his jab beautifully. Johnny Payne says undefeated Neal Kennedy got a third round KO over a decent journeyman today. I know Neal Kennedy. I don't know him, but I know of him. He had that showdown with Alexis Santos. I picked Santos to beat him, and he actually beat Santos. I thought it was close. You know what I mean? I thought there was a good back and forth little fight. But yes, I do know of Neal Kennedy. Congratulations to him for his win today. Mala2243 says, okay, he's talking to somebody else. Johnny Payne says Neal Kennedy, 13-0, Irish fighter. He's on the hunt. Yep, he fights up there in that Boston, Massachusetts area. Yep. Let's see here. Mala2243 said, hold on, let me go back up real quick. Levi Kahn says, according to what McCall said in a recent interview last month, he looks in great shape training with Greg Corbin and the heavyweight factory guys. Yeah, a lot of guys down at the heavyweight factory, man. Shannon Briggs, obviously, Trevor Bryan. You got Ivan. I've seen Ivan Deitch go down there a lot, and a few others. Levi Kahn says Neal Kennedy or Corbin. Um, Shit, man, I thought Santos was going to get him out of there, and and Kennedy showed me he was tough, man. I had to think about that one. I know it's kind of probably easier to pick Neal right now, right? Being for what we just saw against Corbin, but styles make fights though. Count Drago says James Toney fight against Holyfield was masterclass. Oh man, he was piecing him up, man. Oh my goodness, he was lighting Evander up like a pinata, man. Evander didn't have the. You know how you run combinations off of a heavy bag? That's how James Toney was running combinations off of Evander. He was like trying new shit, man. Like triple left hooks, double uppercuts. Like he was piecing Evander up, man. James looked, oh man. James was on point that night. Even the fight, and I know he popped for something afterwards, but even the fight with Ruiz, he was landing a plethora of counter right hands on Andy Ruiz. You could have made a movie on how to land straight right hand, counter right hands in that fight. James was teeing off on Ruiz, and he was piecing up Evander. And he was fighting Evander in close, man, and just he was too much for him. I remember Evander talking about that True School Sports in an interview with Evander. Then they were asking him some of his toughest opponents. Yeah, because Riddick Bowe was sitting next to him, and I think Bowe thought he was just going to say him, and understandably so. But Lennox was like, James, he brought up James Tony. And I know why he brought up James, because he's like, man, I couldn't hit him. He's like, he was right here, but I just. But Riddick was like, man, I beat you. You know what I mean? What you mean, James Tony? But hey, y'all, I can sit here and talk for literally hours, man. So, um, hour 21 minutes. I think that's about enough, man. I appreciate y'all showing up. Um, Definitely gonna look at the prospects. A few other little prospects. What's the guy's name? Arslan Beck Mahmudov. I'm gonna check him out. Appreciate y'all tuning in, man. All right, so till next time, man. I'm going to watch this fight tonight, man. I got Spence by ninth round TKO. All right, so we're gonna see how this plays out, man. Y'all be easy. I'm going.